Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is RandoGEEK. We have a couple of updates that I want to talk about in this video. The first thing being, obviously, what we could see here on the screen, Mint and Ultra becoming part of the T-Mobile family. Now, we knew this was in works, and I'm really shocked, to be honest, that this deal went through. I'm surprised the FCC went ahead and allowed it. I didn't think it would go through. I figured something would stop it, block it, because T-Mobile has had quite a bit of acquisitions, the largest one being Sprint. This one trails directly behind it, Mint and Ultra. This is very big news. This is going to be a large customer base that T-Mobile will be getting. Now, I don't know how many customers are going to stay with T-Mobile. A lot of them may decide to go elsewhere if they don't agree with T-Mobile's policies and procedures. Some customers may have had some poor experiences with T-Mobile, but maybe they found that working with Mint or doing business with Mint was a better alternative for them, giving them a T-Mobile service, network, but not having to deal directly with the customer service from T-Mobile or the plans that were offered directly from T-Mobile. It kind of gave them a little bit of peace of mind getting, the reliable network that they call T-Mobile, but not having to deal with T-Mobile directly. Now, that is going to change, obviously, with this merger. T-Mobile now owns Mint and Ultra. So there's a lot of confusion going on here, a lot of bitter feelings or different kinds of feelings, not necessarily bitter, a lot of mixed emotions is what I want to say about this whole thing. I think many customers are wondering, what is T-Mobile going to do now that they own Mint and Ultra? What are plans going to look like? What's pricing going to look like? Now, T-Mobile says here that they're still going to, what they're calling is rolling out the welcome mat. They're saying now and over the next few months, T-Mobile will be rolling out upgraded perks for current and future Mint and Ultra mobile customers in the form of some Un-carriers' favorite benefits and a few new ones. They're saying customers will still enjoy the $15 commitment starting now, a commitment that Mint Mobile will continue to have $15 per month plans available for new and existing customers. In addition to that, Mint is committing to continuing its new customer offer of 3 months of unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month through the end of the year. After that, that's probably going to go away. What it will look like in a year, I don't know. Will they do something similar, but maybe it'll do 1 month, or maybe they'll try to figure out a way to make it 6 months and then but charge a little bit more. I don't know. There's going to be some kind of change, that's for sure. They'll be offering scam screener. They're saying so that will help. Basically, it's like Scam Likely, but it'll be, Mint Mobile's version of it. And basically, it'll help you from picking up spam calls. So that's cool. Free Canada roaming. Mint Mobile customers will soon be able to enjoy unlimited talk and text and 3 gigs of high-speed data while in Canada for free. So that's cool. Mexico roaming is coming in the coming weeks. Ultra customers traveling to Mexico will have an enhanced data roaming option in addition to the already included talk and text on most plans. So this all looks good here, right? There's some new perks being added. Not so bad. And then, of course, they're saying over time, T-Mobile will continue to find even more ways to supercharge the Mint and Ultra customer experience, all on the same leading 5G network. So, looking at it from this point of view, from my point of view, this all looks good here, right? This looks good. This is an eye catcher. Some cool new benefits. They're talking about how they're going to honor the $15 commitment. All good, right? Now, talk is cheap, though. So we're going to have to see, guys. I got to be honest. I think this, in some way, it's good news. It's certainly great news for T-Mobile. This is basically going to make them massive. I mean, at this point in time, I don't know if T-Mobile can really get any bigger. They are by far probably the largest wireless industry in the game right now, wireless carrier in the game right now. There's no denying it right now. They are huge. They are basically taking over everything, which is why I'm really shocked that this deal went through. I didn't think it would be allowed. The only thing that can really make them bigger now is if they somehow get their hands on US Cellular, right? If they ever sell and T-Mobile gets their hands on that acquisition, I don't think it would happen entirely. They'll certainly be able to probably get some of that spectrum. I don't think it'll be all of it. But who knows? T-Mobile has their way of getting in and getting what they want. They're not shy about it, and things seem to just kind of go their way. With a blessing from the FCC, it seems like T-Mobile usually gets the deal done. Even if it takes a while, they usually get the deal done. So very interesting stuff. I don't know what these plans will look like in the future. And I don't know how this is going to affect T-Mobile's actual plans as well as Metro by T-Mobile, right? I mean, it's like T-Mobile has all these different companies now. They're almost competing with each other. So this is probably going to force T-Mobile to raise plans on postpaid, maybe even raise plan prices on Metro. And, that'll be a sad day because Metro's been pretty much competitive since they took over. And obviously it was competitive before, but T-Mobile kept their promise with Metro and was able to keep Metro competitive, offering good plan prices, good, decent perks for the money, nice suite of phones to choose from if you sign up for Metro. But, as with anything, changes are going to come. And we've already seen some of these changes on the Metro website, right? A couple of months ago, 4 or 5, 6 months ago, when you would get a phone from T-Mobile and it was free, you just had to sign up for a plan. It didn't have to be the most expensive plan. Now we're finding that you have to sign up for the $60 plan, which you can change right away. The first month you got to pay $60, but then you can drop it down to $40 or maybe even get the $25 plan, which is the underground plan. If you contact customer support, they might still be willing to give you that. But my point being is we've seen some changes with Metro already. Now, I'm sure we're going to see more now at some point, maybe not right away, maybe in a year or so as a result of this merger here, because they have to basically, T-Mobile has to find a way to keep it all good. They have to, they're going to have T-Mobile is going to be the expensive brand. Metro will probably be the middle. And then you have Mint and Ultra being the more competitively priced, budget-friendly services on T-Mobile's network. That's how we're going to see it pretty much. So that's basically that. That's our update here. It's really too soon to tell you what's going to happen, except expect price changes. That's going to most likely happen. T-Mobile's gone on record recently to talk about how they're going to need to raise prices. It's a competitive market. So this obviously was probably in their mind when they said it. We didn't know for sure. They probably already knew that the deal was closing. They just didn't say anything until obviously, it was official. You got to wait until it's actually official before you speak about it. So we'll see. Interesting stuff here. All right. So staying on the subject of T-Mobile, we have some pros and cons with this company and all these carriers. It looks like you get one good update and then you get another negative one. So this article came out a few days ago, but we have to talk about this. T-Mobile's $10 Connect plan no longer being available apparently. Looks like the last time it was spotted was 4 days ago by a Redditor, and they're saying that it's no longer on the website. So T-Mobile's $10 Connect plan, no mas. Of course, the plan was good because it offered 1 gig of data, 1,000 minutes of talk, and 1,000 texts. So this was perfect for somebody that didn't use their phone often. Someone maybe who's not really, coming off of a flip phone, maybe a little on the older side, a senior person just getting into the smartphone game. This was a good little plan for them. $10 a month, you get T-Mobile's reliable network. So you're able to talk for 1,000 minutes on T-Mobile's 5G network. Then you get the 1 gig of data just to check your emails or Facebook here and there. And that's it. You're not a heavy data user. This is perfect. You can text your grandchildren, your whatever, your actual children, your hubby, or wife, vice versa, whatever it is. This was basically a really good senior plan, if you ask me. That's how I look at it. More younger people prefer a little bit more data, but maybe you're just someone that just wants to have T-Mobile in your arsenal, but you didn't really plan on using it. Either way, the $10 Connect plan was a great deal, but it looks like this is no longer going to be. So now it looks like T-Mobile's cheapest plan is the $15 per month plan. So this is what I'm talking about. We're already seeing T-Mobile axing things. Now that's because, you know, if they just took over Mint, which they did, Mint has a plan for $15 a month. The Connect plan would, kind of interfere with their $15 plan from Mint. So this is what we're talking about here. I think T-Mobile is going to become a more expensive brand. That's what they want anyway. If we've noticed over the last year, particularly in the last year, T-Mobile has been doing much more more carrier style things. They're shying away, pushing away from uncarrier tactics and going towards a more carrier style. They're going back to the traditions of when T-Mobile first started. They're trying to be taken more serious. And I think now with the network, building out and getting more respect, branching out and getting larger and more successful, and then all these mergers happening too. It's like T-Mobile is gaining all this, recognition and all this power here that they're able to kind of do this. And it's going to be a tricky thing to follow because they basically have to keep 4 companies in check now. They're basically operating under 4 different brands. They're operating under T-Mobile, Metro, Mint, and Ultra. And they're going to have 4 different types of plans for different types of companies. So this is going to be really interesting to see how all this pricing works. But definitely, I think T-Mobile is just going to become more expensive than it already is. And I'm sure many of you already feel like T-Mobile is too much. You feel like you're paying too much for the company as it is for what you're getting. So unfortunately, it is what it is. But I definitely see price hikes coming soon. More price hikes coming soon. All right, and the last thing here that I just wanted to talk about, the reason for doing a larger podcast video of this is because there's things that I want to talk about. And I figure, you know what, if you're in the mood for something longer, if you like the longer podcast videos, this is for you. You get a nice update all in one. This way you don't have to watch 3 videos. You just let this thing play and do what you got to do. Do your laundry, make your dinner, have it playing in the background. That's how I listen to my stuff, right? I'm doing other things while listening half the time. So anyway, this update here, whether you live in New York or not, is an interesting one. So New York apparently enforcing a $15 internet service. So basically, New York's $15 internet mandate has providers worried simply because what happens if New York enforces this and companies now have to give or offer a $15 internet plan? If New York does this, chances are other states will be required to do it too. And basically, it could be a negative for businesses that simply can't afford to offer such budget services. See if I can move this over. It looks like this is a little far from you guys. Maybe you can't see the whole thing here. But anyway, having trouble bringing that over for you. Anyway, so I'll just read it for you. So basically, associations representing large and small broadband providers are presenting a united front in opposition to New York's requirement that providers offer a low-income internet service for $15 a month. In a prepared statement, 6 telecom provider associations said that support efforts to connect all Americans to broadband and that they are committed to providing affordable options and a variety of plans to meet every family's needs. They added, however, that they are disappointed by the Second Circuit Court of Appeals decision to uphold New York's mandatory $15 a month offering. The association said that the mandate is a rate regulation and implied that it isn't needed because the industry is competitive. Statement here by the associations, they said it not only discourages the need investment in our nation's infrastructure, but also potentially risks the sustainability of broadband operations in many areas. The associations issuing the statement include ACA Connects, CTIA, New York State Telecommunications Association, NTCA, the Rural Broadband Association, Satellite Broadcasting and Communications Association, and U.S. Telecom. So in the statement, the associations urged Congress to maintain support for low-income Americans on a nationwide basis, an apparent reference to the Affordable Connectivity Program, aka ACP, which has paid $30 a month toward the cost of internet service for low-income households, but which is set to run out of funding next month. New York mandatory $15 internet service has its genesis in a law passed by the state legislature in 2021. Shortly afterwards, U.S. Eastern District Court of New York issued an injunction that prevented the requirement from being implemented, pending a decision about its legality. So, yeah, I mean, what do we got here? The decision opens the door for other states to impose a similar requirement, a requirement that some states may be quite open to implementing to minimize the impact of the ACP sunset. So this is my thing here. Like, if New York does this, other states will probably try to tag along. And although it would be good for the consumer, it will probably be very bad for a lot of companies, especially smaller, telecom and internet providing services, the little local joints that don't have such a large customer base. These are the ones that would also be forced to most likely offer a $15 internet service, and they have employees to pay, etc., may be something that they have a hard time doing. So interesting stuff here, how this is playing out. I don't think it's appropriate to force a company to offer a $15 internet plan. Maybe they could have went about this a better way. And maybe if you're on, if you're part of a low income family that was part of the ACP program, you could provide evidence to your service provider, internet provider, that you were indeed partaking in the ACP program, that you do indeed have low income, and then they can work with you discounting your internet service and maybe bring the total down to $15 a month. But I don't know, just the simple fact that they force forcing companies to charge a certain amount, or what that they can charge, telling them what they can charge for their internet is a little bit unregulatory, in my opinion. I don't think it's not the right way to do things. They should allow businesses to charge whatever they want. Whether or not you agree with it is entirely different. Now, I don't agree with half the prices that I see of things. I think, especially in the cable and in the internet industry and even wireless, we definitely see prices that are just not fair. Or, I look at some of AT&T's prices and I wish they were a lot cheaper. Then, I'd have no problem paying for it. But at the same time, I can't tell them what to charge, and I don't think that it's fair, because we don't know what their expenses really are and what it costs them to operate and run their business. They can charge whatever they want. I don't have to pay for it. So that's what I'm saying here. So this is interesting. I definitely think that this will have some backlash, at least as far as the internet companies go and broadcasting services go. I think broadband services go, they're going to feel this, if this does indeed go through, because there's definitely going to be other states that are going to try to do this because they want to help out the community there. They're getting a lot of backlash because the ACP program was taken away, and they basically just want to diffuse the fire. They want to calm the communities down that are uproaring about this. So they're pushing back and putting basically all the weight on the companies. Which is not entirely fair, but either way, interesting stuff here, I think. Links for all three of these articles will be down for you in the description. If you guys enjoy the news being presented to you on this channel, please feel free to give us a like. We would appreciate it. It does let me know that you enjoy the news, and that's really what it's about. Reaching out and just talking about the topics that we're interested in. And if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. That would mean a lot too. This way you guys can get notified when I drop a new video. Please turn on your notification bell as well so you don't miss the notifications of when I release a new video. And thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.